And it's interesting that that's not only how Starlink is thinking about this, but you look at internal State Department cables. That's now how U.S. government officials are talking about their goals for the company. They want to help them beat the competition, particularly from the Chinese and these other foreign startups. And so you have State Department documents from last month that we got a hold of that say, one, have senior diplomats saying they want to give Starlink a first mover advantage in the country that they're based in. And two, that the next 18 months for Starlink are critical. They got to get these licenses now because they need to get there ahead of the competition. And that's, I think, part of why you're seeing such intense efforts bearing down on these democratic nations in Africa.
Absolutely. Thank you, man.
Great reporting here. Critically important that we understand what is going on here. And Joshua, great job from ProPublica. Y'all keep doing great work. And folks, if y'all want to support ProPublica, they're a nonprofit journalism entity. Look, it's a lot of national media not doing stories like this, not doing deep dives. And so go to ProPublica.org to support their work. Joshua, thanks a lot.
Thanks so much for having me.
I'm going to go back to our panel. Robert, I'll start with you. I mean, we need to understand, people need to understand the point that you were making is that, look, you don't have landlines. The reality is cell phone service has been tremendous across the continent. That's one of the reasons it's been growing. You've got African billionaires that control a lot of these cell phone service companies. But now what you have is now the next frontier. And not only is it getting a foothold, this is about, again, frankly, raping the continent. That's what this is about.
You're absolutely right. I think people need to fully understand what Musk has been building empire-wise over the course of the last 20 years that you've been paying for. I want to remind people that Elon Musk is a welfare queen. None of his companies are profitable. Tesla's not profitable, Starlink isn't profitable, Boring Company is profitable, Neuralink isn't profitable. The reason he's rich right now is because over the course of the last 20 years, he's gotten $36 billion in U.S. government contracts.
And hold up, the only reason he made money last year with Tesla is because of the government contracts, because he would lost money last quarter with Tesla.
Exactly. And so when we're talking about him being the world's greatest welfare queen, essentially, what he's attempting to do is these companies are not independent of each other. The reason you buy Twitter at a loss is so that you can control information. And we saw that the last election was won through his control of the information stream. The reason you buy SpaceX is so that you can deliver your satellites into outer space in order to control the information stream. The reason you buy Starlink is so that you can control the internet, so that can control the information stream on your social media apps. And what happens when Elon Musk can effectively control the information stream for the entirety of the global community? With the assistance of the United States government forcing countries, if you want to do a business with America, you have to use Starlink. If you want diplomatic aid, because we've now closed down USAID, a condition will be you use Elon's products. And guess what? It's beyond just the Starlink system. They also want to change the governmental fleet vehicles from being things like Fords to being Teslas. How much money does that push into
Wait a minute. Even though Donald Trump ripped apart the charging stations in federal government buildings.
Exactly. Because those charging stations were under regulations that all EVs had to use them. Now with Elon Musk, now you can put in a new federal regulation that will just be using Elon Tesla charging stations. They want to use the Boring Company to build underground high-speed rail networks that will be controlled by Elon.
And very little regulation. He's pretty much doing whatever the hell he wants to do out there in Las Vegas because he wants to bypass regulation.
Exactly. And so then you take it a step further. The Optimus robot that he's doing now, where if you heard Lutnick, the Commerce Secretary, say we're going to bring manufacturing back to America and it will be robotic. Who the hell has a robot company? Elon. If you want to look at the Neuralink program, where it's going to be doing brain implants, so we'll be able to help people interface. Guess what else that we'll be able to do? You'll use his Starlink satellites to connect to the chip that he's putting in people's brains. So when we talk about someone who's trying to gain global power, these aren't conspiracies. These are just the things that he is doing right now, and we are funding them as taxpayers.
Hello, I'm Isaac Hayes III, founder and CEO of Fanbase. Listen to what I'm about to tell you. The window to invest in Fanbase is closing. We've raised over $10.6 million of our $17 million goal. That means there's room for less than 6,370 people to invest in Fanbase for the average amount. The minimum to invest in Fanbase right now is $399. That makes you an owner in Fanbase today. Go to startengine.com/fanbase to invest. Why? Because current social apps have taken advantage of users for far too long, with content suppression, shadow banning, harmful racist content, and no real tools for monetization and equity. Fanbase has over 1.4 million users and counting, allowing anyone to reach all their following and monetize their content from day one. Social media is the new TV, and whoever owns the apps that distribute that content have the opportunity to own potential billion-dollar companies. While big platforms with uncertain futures are failing to serve their users, Fanbase is stepping up to fill the gap. Don't wait until it's too late. Invest now, invest for yourself and your future. Go to startengine.com/fanbase and own the next generation of social media.